It is Tuesday, and it's time for some Detroit Lions rumors on this October 5th in the great state of Michigan. And we got a lot to talk about for this video. Looks like Dan Campbell may start to bench some players. Jared Goff talk about maybe he should get a little bit angry. The team as well. We're going to be talking about the Lions signed a offensive lineman to help complement some of the injuries. We're going to talk about these injuries, who's down, who's up. We're going to get into the NFL draft, where we're at right now in this draft, talk about power rankings, all this and more for the Lions rumors today. Before we get in this video, if you're not a subscriber, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. You might as well, if you're watching this anyways, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions. Also, let's get to 200 likes in this video, 2-0, so Chat Sports can get off my 2 points of contact. Let's begin. Let's start with Dan Campbell. In his press conference, talking about potentially benching some of these young players to help get some wins here. This is what he said. Some of these guys, it may be time to make a shift, but that doesn't mean that we dislike anybody. Campbell said via Zoom, maybe they're not just quite ready and you move to somebody else. In the meantime, when they do come in, you're giving them just a couple of things that they can handle. And now their skill set and what they're able to do, you're kind of catering to them a little bit. And if they're able to develop, but you're not putting too much on them. Smash that like button, folks. Let's get to 200 likes in this video. With your help, that puts Chat Sports off my back because they're always telling me to get those likes up. Help me out, folks. Let's get the 200 likes in this video. In essence, some of these guys in the secondary, very young that we have in there right now. We do got some players like a D. Marlowe and some others that can come in and be a veteran that's kind of done it before. I think it's important to have young players on the team, but not in sacrificing wins and losses. If being on the team and watching some of these veterans play, and that does help the Lions have a better chance to win, I think that's important. It is good to develop players. It is very good to develop young players, but at the same time, you want to win football games because if you just lose every single game, guess what, folks? Players may not buy into what you're trying to sell. If no results is coming in but bad, that's going to hurt the development of the chemistry of the football team. And in all honesty, you could have some of these players that hurt their pride when they feel like they're getting beat every single play. And we've seen it a lot, specifically in the secondary. So I'm with it. I think it's important to have the best 11 on the field defensively, the best 11 offensively. And if that requires some players to sit back and watch the veterans out there just a little bit, hey, go ahead and do it. We need to stop getting killed in the back end of this defense. Jared Goff talked about maybe it's time to start getting mad that we're 0-4. Absolutely 100% concur with this. We cannot enjoy and accept being 0-4. You need to be mad because this team should be able to win some games. This team should be able to compete on an NFL level. Yes, we're a bad football team. Yes, that we have lack of talent, but at the same time, you need to be upset about that. You need to be mad that you're not winning football games. I want to see passion in the players. I want to see passion in our quarterback. Regardless if you like Jared Goff or not, regardless if you like said players on this roster or not, you want to see them compete. You want to see them fight. You want to see them fury that they're not winning. I mean, this is about winning, folks. You come to play and win the game. It's that simple. And if your players are kind of, it is what it is, that is same old Lions right there, coming in for a paycheck. No, I want you to come in and get mad, PO'd that you're not winning these football games. Get mad that you're not doing a better job. Be critical of yourself. It's important for that. It's important to look in the mirror and say, what can I do better for my team to help get wins? We were close in Baltimore. I want to win football games, and it's unacceptable that we're losing. So I'm going to get mad, I'm going to dig deep, and I'm going to bring out the fire that I can. I have no problem with that. You see a lot of quarterbacks get fury. Tom Brady, very fury. Man, when he gets mad, he gets mad. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Very critical of yourself, trying to get better every single play. And I think it's important for the fan base to be critical as well, not just of a quarterback, but for everybody. If you're not doing the job properly, then you need to be critical of yourself. I'm sure when it comes to Jared Goff and some of the issues that he is having, he's the most critical person of himself. We all can criticize him as a fan base. The media can criticize him, but I guarantee you he's probably the most critical out of all of everybody on himself. And that's important. That's how you are a professional. You want to get better. Your vision is to be better. What can I do to get better? And yeah, no problem with that. We have some injury updates for the Detroit Lions players. Not looking good for a lot of this. First off, we're going to talk to Frank Ragnow. He's got turf toe here. We all know turf toe, it is a painful injury, and it can last a little bit of time. It could take a couple weeks here for him to get healthy. That's not good. He's our Pro Bowl player. He's our best player on the offensive line, and right now he's not going to be in the lineup. And that spells a lot of doom for this offensive line. That very much stinks. That sucks, because I felt like the offensive line, that was their strength of this football team, and right now with the injuries happening, man, it's not looking too good right now. So hopefully he can get better, but he's going to be out for a little bit of time, no doubt. Sports.com/LionsBet is a great way to make some money. You put in the promo code LIONS125, you get a $125 deposit bonus from BetUs. Put in 100, get 125 to spend. Go ahead, sign up, make some money, bet on some games. It's better than a lottery. It's better than a casino. A good way to make some extra cash. Romeo Okwara out for the season with the Achilles. That really sucks. He is our young, good player on this defensive line, and we're not going to be seeing him the rest of this season. It takes a long time to get healed with that Achilles, and we just gave this guy a nice contract, and he's no longer going to be playing. And right now, that hurts pass rush. We need to focus now on Julian and Austin Bryant to get better. Maybe one of these guys can emerge to pick up the slack of not having Romeo Okwara on the field. But, folks, that is a bad one. This is really – and our defense, as we know, is one of the worst in the NFL. And now we just took one of the better players that we did have on this defense, and he's no longer going to be on the field. So it's going to be a long year. Taylor Decker is getting healthier, but he's not going to be playing this week against the Minnesota Vikings. It looks doubtful already per Dan Campbell. And obviously with the injuries to Frank Ragnow, that hurts the offensive line. Penei Sewell, he started well first 2 weeks, but last 2 weeks he has progressed a little bit less than you would like to see. That is not good for the offensive line. We have a lot of young players now in this offensive line, a lot of inexperience, and it's going to hurt us going against the pass rush of the Minnesota Vikings. Again, maybe in a couple weeks he can come back, maybe next week, hopefully, but right now that's not good. But when it comes to Trey Flowers, it looks like he's getting healthier, and maybe he can get to play this up-and-coming week against the Minnesota Vikings. Losing Romeo Okwara hurts, but if we can get Trey Flowers in there to make some plays, that would be nice. I still think he's a player that the Detroit Lions should look to trade, but if he is getting healthy, we do need to have someone on that field for the Minnesota Vikings. So we'll see going forward, but at least that is the positive for the injury front. The Detroit Lions signed a player due to Frank Ragnow's injury. That's Ryan McCollum. Who is he? Well, he is from the Houston Texans. He went to Texas A&M. He's a rookie. He's only 23 years old, 300 pounds, 6'5" is his height. Why you say, why don't we just put Stenberg there at the center position? Well, because Stenberg didn't do well at center. And for the Detroit Lions, you got to have a competent center in there. And I think, we signed him off the practice squad from the Houston Texans. At least he has some experience at center, and that can help the Lions out. I don't know if he'll be starting this week. I think that's a lot to ask for a player, but beefing up the depth of the offensive line, I have no issue with. I have no problem with the Lions looking at every single avenue to help this offensive line get better, but it is the rookie, and it is a guy that is young, just like the rest of the offensive line right now. That's tough, very tough, and it's going to have a tough decision going in on Minnesota. Who will be the center? Let's go to the power rankings so far, and you ask, why about power rankings? It means nothing. Well, it gives you an idea at least what big media thinks of the Detroit Lions, and after the Lions fell to the Chicago Bears, it is no coincidence that their power rankings all fell. They went from 27 from NFL.com to 31. The second worst team in the NFL, ESPN, them at 30. They dropped them to 31 as well. USA Today dropped them 4 spots from 26 to 30. Yahoo Sports from 28 to 30. And CBS Sports from 30 to 31. And, hey, when you're dropping, you kind of see the writing on the wall because this team is getting beat up injury-wise, as well as we're not playing the way we need to play. And losing to the Chicago Bears, who the week before put up 47 yards, really hurt our cause. And there's a lot of issues going with this football team all over the defense, one of the worst. We don't have the greatest personnel, and I can see why the Lions right now are in those spots. Why? Because if you look at the draft right now, the Detroit Lions are picking second in this 2022 NFL Draft if it were to start right now. Jacksonville Jaguars 1, the Detroit Lions number 2, second worst team in the NFL. Now we go to the other pick that the Lions have, and that is pick 26. That is from the Rams, so we got to continue to hope the Rams lose more as that pick will get higher. I don't like having the second pick, folks. I want to win football games. I don't like talking about the draft right now, but it is what it is. This is the truth. This is the fact, so I got to talk about it because it is what it is. So there's one thing I can root for, though, and I think we all should, is the Rams continue to lose so we get a better draft pick for their first-round draft pick. So right now, the Lions got the second pick and the 26th pick. What should we do with that pick? A lot of decisions yet to be made because we don't know really where we're going to end up. But I do 100% believe we're going to be a top 5 draft pick and probably a top 3, top 2 draft pick for sure. In the up-and-coming videos tomorrow, I do got Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings breakdown analysis and prediction video. That will be at 4 p.m. Get ready for that. On Thursday, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel live. If you have questions, myself and the panel will have some answers at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be a fun, interactive show. And on Saturday, we got the mailbag video, and Sunday, live watch party, Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Make sure you come on in, even if you're Vikings fans. It's going to be a great time, play-by-play commentary, and tell you what's taking place on the field with the audio of the game.